Assalamu alaikum, dear students. How are you all? I hope that everything is all right there. I am JAAN MURSALEEN. Today is 27th of May 2021. This is class 12th, sociology, boys higher secondary school, Unisoo. In the last class, we read about the concept of unity in diversity, and today our topic is the factors that promote unity in diversity in India, or that promote unity in diversity in Indian society. So the first factor here is geographical factor. As you know that we as Indian society live within a particular geographical area. It extends from Himalayas to the in the north to the Indian Ocean in the south, from Rajasthan in the west to the Mizoram or Assam in the east. So when we speak about Indian society, we mean that this society exists within this particular geographical area, and every member of the Indian society relates himself to the larger society because he sees himself the member of that society within this particular geographical area. This factor also demarcates us from the rest of the communities or rest of the societies. For example, when we speak about Indian society, we mean the society that lives within this particular boundary, within this particular geographical territory, or within this geographical area. So this geographical factor unites us, be it people residing in Kanyakumari or be it people residing in Kashmir. They see themselves as the members of this society because this comprises Indian society. This particular geographical area, in this particular geographical area, the Indian society exists. So this factor unites us from south to north, from east to west. We, as members of this society, see ourselves as a unit because we all live within this particular geographical area. So we can say that geographical factor is important in promoting the unity, in promoting the harmony, in promoting this unity in diversity in Indian society, because with this geographical factor we see ourselves as a unit because we live within a particular geographical area. The second factor is cultural. Since you know that India is culturally diverse, every region, every state, every community have a culture of their own. They have their own rituals, they have their own traditions, their own customs, they have their own dress code, so on and so on. But how does this cultural diversity unite us? This is the question. You can see, we as Indian society, when we speak about Indian society, we have as philosophy, we have our traditions, we have our customs that are typically Indian. It means that the philosophy, the culture, the traditions, the customs, they are our own. These customs, these traditions of our own, this literature of our own, this philosophy of our own, they belong to us. They demarcates they demarcate us from the rest of the world. For example, we always use the Western philosophy, Indian philosophy. We have different, for example, how the marriages are performed in West, how the marriages are performed in India. Because in India we have our rituals, we have our customs, we have our traditions that are peculiar to Indian society. There is vast difference between how the marriages are performed, or how the uh, ceremonies, how the festivals are celebrated in India, and how they are celebrated in the rest of the world. Because this cultural diversity, this is our own, this is typically Indian. as members of Indian society, we relate ourselves to this cultural diversity, to our own customs, to our own philosophy, to our own literature, to our own values, to our own traditions, and this unites us because as members of Indian society, we know that we have this peculiar culture, we have this peculiar tradition, and it does not exist in other societies, and this thing unites us. Similarly, we have different festivals that are celebrated collectively. We celebrate Holi, we celebrate Eid, we celebrate Dasera. So in these festivals, people of all castes or people of all religions take place to some extent, and this thing also unites us. And similarly, we have joint family system in it is prevalent in Muslim society, it is prevalent in Christian community, it is prevalent in Hindu community as well. So we relate ourselves that this joint family system is prevalent in all communities within the Indian society. So this thing also unites us. We see ourselves that we belong to some peculiar society, we have our own traditions, we have our own customs. So this cultural diversity is also important, that promotes unity and diversity in Indian society. It is not seen as a conflict, but rather it is seen as a positive force. It is seen as a force that unites us, that brings us together. So this cultural diversity is also an important factor in uniting us. And another factor is linguistic. In a survey was conducted in 1991, linguistic survey, wherein it was found that there are almost 826 languages that are spoken in India, and some other mention that we have more than 1600 languages and dialects. So you can see there are hundreds of languages that are spoken in India. So how does this linguistic diversity unite us? You can see, for example, I know Kashmiri. We speak Kashmiri in Kashmir, but when we go to travel to other parts of the country, we communicate with some other language. We communicate through English, we communicate through Urdu, we communicate through Hindi. So this language becomes a linking factor. This is known as lingua franca, a language that is used as a common, is used for communication. So we can say this linguistic diversity unites us because we communicate through these languages. We have diverse languages, but when you can see, for example, take an example of the city of Delhi. So there are people from almost all regions of India. People from Kashmir reside there, people from Punjab reside there, people from Bengal reside there, people from Tamil Nadu or other states reside there. But when they communicate, there is some linking language through which they communicate with each other. They relate themselves with this language. So this linguistic diversity also brings unity among them. So they relate themselves as members of this society, and they know that we have separate linguistic backgrounds, but despite this fact, we are one. We communicate through linking languages. So this linguistic diversity also brings unity among us. For example, Hindi is the official language of India. So you can see official documentation, you can see official work being done in Hindi in every part of country, be it Bengal, be it, though in some parts it may be on a small scale, but yet this is official language of India. So we know that we are the residents of India, we are the members of the Indian society. We all members of the Indian society see Hindi as our official language. Similarly, we communicate through these languages that unite us, that bring unity within us. So linguistic factor is also important in bringing unity and diversity in Indian society. Next factor is political. This is one of the important, significant factor that unites us. It is political factor. It means that you know that before independence, Britishers were ruling here. At that time, we have almost more than 500 princely states that existed in India. The Britishers tried to bring them under one umbrella, under one roof. To some extent, they succeeded. But when India became independent, all these provinces, all these princely states were amalgamated into a single unit, into a single nation. We have a common constitution, we have a federal system. These states, these provinces are part of one nation. So when we speak about political unity, we mean that we have a we have a common political structure, we have a common political system, we have a common constitution through which the Indian nation, the Indian country, the Indian society is governed. So political factor is important in bringing the different regions, the different provinces, the different states as, as in a single unit. So you can see we have central government, we have federal, or we can say we have union government. What does it mean? It means that some authority is at the center, some authority is at the top, that rules or governs the different provinces. So in this way, this political system brings us together. This political system makes us understand that we are a single unit, because we are governed through an authority, we are governed through a single government. Though there are separate governments in every state, yet these states are part of the union. These states identify themselves, they realize themselves as part of the Indian Union. Through these states, we are united. Through these states form the unit, they form the union, they form the nation. So in this way, this political factor unites us. We see ourselves as the members of one political system. Now next factor is religious. As you know that we have numerous religions here. India is diverse because people of different religions exist, live, reside here. We have Muslims, we have Hindus, we have Christians, we have Buddhists, we have Jews, so we have Sikhs, and so on and so on. We have, we can say that this religious diversity, how this religious diversity creates unity among us. Though we are diverse in religious, we have different religious backgrounds, yet we live as a single unit. How does this religious factor bring unity within us, among us? The first thing is that you can see every religion preaches about humanity. There are some common teachings that every religion teaches or preaches. For example, we can say Islam teaches about benevolence, it teaches about humanity, it teaches about truthfulness, honesty. Similarly, Hinduism also teaches about honesty, Christianity teaches about honesty. We can say other religions teach about honesty, about truthfulness. So when we see that some teachings are common, every religion teaches this, every religion teaches humanity, every religion teaches to help others, every religion teaches to serve the common people, every religion teaches kindness. So these teachings unite us because we relate ourselves that the religions teach the same thing. So this religious diversity also unites us. Then there are sects among every religion. For example, in Islam we have different sections. In Hinduism there are different sections. In Christianity there are different sections. In Sikhism also there are different sections. But in spite of the sections, despite of the fact that the segments of these segments, they have the religion in common. This unites them. This unites the different sections, not within within this within a particular religion, but also the common teachings that are prevalent, that exist in every religion. They also bring unity. They also bring together the different religious groups, the different religious communities. So we can say religion also unites us, because every religion teaches goodness, every religion teaches truthfulness. So these things are common, and in this way religious teachings and religion diversity also create us unity and create us harmony and create us brings us together. And this way religion or religious factor is also important in bringing unity in diversity in India. These were some of the important factors, though there are some other factors as well, like racial factor, like emotional factor. We are emotionally sometimes attached with each other. We have different races here. So these were the important factors that promote unity in diversity in India. Inshallah, I hope that you will have understood these factors, and if you have any query, any question regarding this topic, you can leave a comment, and inshallah I will try my best to make it easy, to make it effective, more effective. And inshallah in the next lecture we'll take some other topic, and till then take care. Allah Hafiz.